Okay.
Spam it.
Alright, we're live. I just started stretching right when I clicked the button. Ugh. How are you?
I'm great, man.
Okay,
How are
well,
you?
I'm
Okay.
doing good. I'm doing good. I just got in from work. My back hurts a little bit, but okay.
Spam it. You know, it's what it is.
I just so the stream when it finally popped up on my computer it had the sound on, so you get to hear me say okay twice overlaid over whatever we were just saying.
Make sure to put the music by the way in the background.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. All right, so man, it's been what, a week?
Yeah, it's been
I
like a
wasn't here
week.
last week. I had a scheduling issue,
Yeah, we're
but
good now.
we got it
Kind of
all squared
late, but
away. Right,
it's a
right.
midnight event. Just chill, relax. You come after work, you put on the podcast,
Chilling
Ma-
out.
Chilling, dude. Okay, so I'm your host, Gamrado Ignacio, Ege, and this is John Verby V.
Don't wear it out. The
Yeah,
name.
don't. Uh,
I
but
just yeah. So the music's going now. So now we're chilling. It's pre-stream time.
pre-stream time. So I have a topic, one topic that I want to talk about today. But if the chat comes up with something better, we'll go with that too. Psst. Low story beats.
I said psst, like 7 minutes before the stream started. I didn't know that it showed chat history on YouTube.
Yeah, man. So yeah. So I don't know if anyone in the chat heard about this, but there's been the topic I want to talk about today. There's been a whole drama thingy exposed running around everywhere. About Trap Nation. About hacking, DDoSing, all that shit. Low key play my own music.
I just clicked on my song and then shuffled the rest of the playlist.
Yeah. Sounds good. But yeah, it's been a whole drama with Andre, the owner of Trap Nation, and some guys maybe in like the industry and shit. I'll just go over it quickly to like sum it up. I recommend you guys watch the video. You can just search up Vext Trap Nation or something, or Trap Nation hacking, and it'll pop up. Basically what happened. Well, allegedly, this is all allegations. Yeah, I saw a Trap Nation thing. Yeah, it's kind of insane. The allegations are like he had an account on a hacking forum called Vax, or something like that, and what if it's a false account, of course, it has been pretending, quote unquote, to be Trap Nation ever since it had 20k subscribers, which in the first side is like, okay, why would you fake being an owner of a 20k subscriber channel,
Right.
if anything, unless it's like really planned out, but I doubt it. And basically, like, he did like a bunch of posts about like hacking stuff, like little programs and thingies he found.
So on these posts, he's like openly saying like, "Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm Trap Nation,
yeah.
blah blah blah," but also
Apparently
like
it's
hack.
Yeah, this is a hacking forum. So
Right.
It's usually like very low key. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
No one knows about this sort of thing.
I feel like
It's
it
like a
also
little
has
community.
like probably a big tie to like not anonymous like the hacking group, but like being anonymous, and like a lot of
Yeah,
people on there are like you don't know who anyone could be,
exactly. Yeah, and there was a lot of posts like him. There was he even Vex did like a highlight on one of the posts. It's like he was talking about rats, like a virus rat.
Right.
That if I understood correctly, if someone in the chat correct me, please. So I need to watch the video again. This is what I remember. Like it goes into your PC and like he can see what you're doing, or like he can control your PC or something like that. And apparently Andre, again, all allegations. There's some proof. There's a lot of evidence in the video, but again, I don't know if it's all faked and stuff. Um, and oh my god. And yeah, he said there was a lot of posts about him like experimenting with rats, and he even said on a post that like he found a way to put rats into YouTube videos. So
See,
like
that's
they
what's
weren't.
crazy about it. Is because they have
Yeah,
that insane reach on that channel. You
yeah,
know,
but I
so
don't
like
think.
but I think even if they made it so the file is corrupted, and like
Yeah,
when you rip the video, like what kind of security? Because like obviously people probably rip Trap Nation videos more than the average, like rip the audio from it or whatever,
yeah,
more than the average YouTube video.
exactly.
So like what kind of damage like is possible? Like not even like beyond the whole like it could be him, it's probably not him, it might be him, like
Yeah,
stuff like that. Beyond that, it's like what kind of damage could that do if someone's just experimenting with it, just goofing off, you know?
yeah, exactly. But on the account, it did say it wasn't on the Trap Nation account. It had like a side account and stuff
Right.
for test, hacking test. Well, you never know. It's all about fear mongering, right?
True. Trump's America,
Yeah,
right?
and well, this is just like enough, but it doesn't end there. Oh no, oh no. Um, there were like the video's like 30 minutes again. You guys should watch it. Um, there was stuff like he knew a guy called Karim. Like it seems to be a lot with like Karim. This guy called Karim that's apparently like a very quote unquote talented hacker that messes around with like false striking and messing around with YouTube,
Right.
false stuff.
Breaking algorithms and stuff like that.
Yeah, fucked up shit,
Yeah.
What everyone hates on YouTube. And
Yeah.
oh, did I tell you by the way that one of our videos got muted?
Oh really? The
Yeah,
pre-stream or the actual podcast?
episode 4
Oh man.
of the podcast.
Was that the basic takeover one?
Yeah, the one that we had.
The
uh,
one time you have somebody else mix it, right?
yeah. What there's SoundCloud.
Ah,
I'll leave. Anyways, this Karam guy in Trap Nation, allegedly, this Karam guy exists. Okay, this guy is confirmed to be like a hacker. Like even on the second video, he's like embedded in the promoter music industry. Like he's embedded on it, which is really scary. Because like he recorded, allegedly, if this is real, again, he recorded a Skype call with Andre. It was Karim and Andre. They were like harassing a dude, like calling him on the phone and like
yeah.
just prank calling and stuff. And it was getting to a point where like the guy was like just yelling like I'm gonna call the FBI and shit, and it's quite insane. It's the second video of like Vex posted an account on the first video that was Trap Nation exposed, and then another guy called Flingy or something, or Glengy or whatever. He did another video. He posted it on his channel, and he said all the revenue would go to that guy, whatever. And so yeah, and then he showed on the video there was a part where he was on Facebook, and like he had a ton of his friends that like the chats were
Right.
like people like the owner of NCS, the owner of Drop the Baseline, big artists, owner of some labels, and it's just shit. And the Skype contacts as well. It had like Chill Nation, Trap Nation, or Trap
Right.
Nation wasn't a call, like other dudes, and it was like,
I mean,
fuck,
so
like, it
were those like screenshots posted for like proof then?
was a video. Karen
Ah,
recorded a video of in the call.
right. With those guys.
Yeah, and the source apparently, like secret source.
Right, right, right.
It's anonymous because if he shows himself, he could get into deep trouble and shit.
I mean,
Allegedly.
I think the real like worry about it, I think, is the files part. You know,
Yeah.
like being a hacker isn't inherently bad. Being interested in hacking, knowing about that kind of stuff isn't inherently bad. Of course, it's all what you do with it.
Yeah.
And there's also like plenty of good hackers out there that
Yeah. I
do
mean,
things for the good of stuff.
Anonymous. They're going against fucking ISIS now. Apparently, Anonymous.
Yeah.
They're like,
So I mean, like, there's definitely like a difference between like, oh, he's interested in hacking, and
yeah.
oh, he's like an actual like piece of shit. You know.
What I found super interesting in hackers, are, like the morals.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
like
it's definitely a tough judgment call. I think.
experienced, like really experienced, like pro hackers.
Right.
They have like such fucking high morals. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, of course. Like Anonymous, for example. It's like, or there was another hacking group on YouTube that like they hacked YouTube's account and then they told the account they hacked to check their security. They were doing like security checks.
Yeah, a couple of there's a couple. I guess you could say like mafia style
Yeah.
hacking groups that will hack you and then say like, we'll do your security for you, so this won't happen again.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like protection money. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. I just can't agree with that. Like, offer
Yeah.
it. Like, offer. Like, do it so they know. You know, like there's
Yeah.
companies that pay hackers to try and break websites, and it's like that's that's so much more legitimate than just going in and doing it and then saying like, oh, you should have been better. Like, here, we can
Yeah.
help. You know.
It's what you get.
Yeah. I think it's just really like, I don't know.
It's
But again, I have a
really-
lot of respect for people who are like know what they're doing and can be moral about it. Like,
It takes a lot of skill to do like an actual, like develop an actual hacking
Yeah.
program. and
I mean, I
shit.
literally can't even imagine
Yeah.
like what it involves because I have literally no idea.
Yeah. But okay. And there's like stuff with Lizard Squad. Yeah, let's not talk about those guys. Just fucking alright. So even there was, I think this is kind of a stretch, but the video said like he even had links with like Lizard Squad. I think it's kind of a stretch, that one. I don't know. I don't really believe it. He didn't really show any proof.
I
think
mean,
he did, but no.
any like theory like that's gonna have like crazy
Yeah.
things and then gonna have like they're
a
probably
lot-
gonna be rooted in something that like possibly or
Yeah.
probably is true, but then they're always gonna branch out for like that clickbaity vibe. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, like, and also he's on the moon, like, and you're like, what the fuck, you know? like
Wait, what?
like some absurd thing. Like, I'm just saying, like, they'll just choose some absurd thing to like add in. So you're like, oh
He's
yeah,
one
that
of the
sounds
lizard
like
people.
yeah, like, oh, that could be true. And then it's like, also he runs Scientology, and you're like, okay, I don't think so. like,
But he showed a lot of evidence though. But then, just oh, I could keep talking about this for like a lot of time.
yeah, I mean, if the
Um,
original video is 30 minutes, then any analysis of that video is gonna be
There's a lot of info.
a lot of
There's even,
content
like,
out there,
an interview. There's even on the links. There's the chat logs, right?
right?
And there's even an interview. Not an interview. Sorry, a recorded Skype call with there's also the story has Hekia in it. I don't know if you know that guy.
No, I don't.
He did the like dancing videos or whatever, and he got really fucked. Like he had like 3-4 channels terminated. But he always kept going, and he asked, okay, everything. This is how it all starts. I should have started from this. God, I'm stupid. How it all started. The video. It's like Hekia goes to Andre to ask about, okay, dude, can you help me with the strikes? And he goes like, I know a guy. You know,
Right.
I know a guy, dude. And he shows him Karim. That's Karim. That's how you introduce Karim to the story. And he goes to Karim, and apparently he didn't get the strikes removed, and his channel got terminated. So or sorry, it was like he did get the strikes removed, but then his channel got terminated or something like that. And then when he goes to Andre again, he was like, okay, law, I don't know, law. He did that to me too, or something like that, or like you can't trust it, or like I don't know, some shit like that. I fucking don't remember that part. It was like, let me see if I can recall. um, he said something like, well, I don't know. I just took you to him, and there's nothing I can do about it, or something. And then when Hekia like kind of got mad, he said like, "Oh no, he did that to me too, and I had to pay him like 2K bucks or something to leave me alone or something like that."
Jeez.
Um, again, this is allegations.
That's that mafia vibe again.
Yeah, mafia vibe, dude. So, and then on the second video, the guy said, the secret source said Hekia kind of exaggerated a little bit in terms of what happened. So you don't know what exactly everything is true, but there's chat logs and stuff. And I don't know. I really want some opinions in the chat right now, because I want to see what you guys are thinking. Because again, I can keep. I guess if we talk about, it's what I found like really amazing. Well, not amazing, like just insane. How much stuff goes behind the scenes?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
even
you gotta think like a big channel like that, like they're they're working with not only artists, who are like
labels. He has like
like they're definitely not just
so many.
handling. Yeah, they're definitely not just handling submissions. They got to deal with like people who are on other. I mean, even I'm sure he's in contact with other channels that are like the same thing.
Yeah.
They have a network or whatever, like and all that
that's
stuff.
like a whole like fucking network thing going in the channel.
Right. So it's like honestly, like just the amount of people you have contact with, like being at that level or knowing those, running that kind of operation is just like, that's how many people you have to access, that if you are malicious, then it's like, well shit, all those people could be vulnerable.
Yeah, what I found like also insane, it's like how this Karim dude is like embedded in the industry.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, he's probably been around. I'm really surprised people like that. I mean, I don't know how people feel about him. Like, I'm not going to say legitimate DJs or producers, but ones who are touring and more like out, I guess. Like, I wonder how they feel about them, like people like that, because they could easily turn their connections into a career that's not based on what they do. I mean, I'm sure he's making great money.
I mean, like Martin Garrix didn't start like a fucking label or something.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about like starting from a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Like turning like that into like, oh, you have all these connections all of a sudden, you meet all these. I mean, you have artists that want to be a part of what you're doing instead of you.
Yeah, I mean, he does like live. He plans that, like he even did a fucking Trap Nation even partnered with Monster Cat to like a live event somewhere. Right. Like first, so it's definitely taken out of the channel. It's like it's not a channel now. It's a fucking company. He has a label now, also Lily Palace.
Yeah, all that stuff, man.
But what I found insane is like, what of what you see is actually legitimate, like fame. Like think about it. All the pop artists have to be signed to a label to get like, because if fucking 21 Pilots release on his own, he probably will get anywhere. He wouldn't get anywhere probably without the label. So
yeah,
like, what do you need to? What makes him so different from another guy? Like he got on a label and the other guy didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that sometimes you think about that with a lot of artists, is like very high quality artists that aren't signed, and you're just like, what the heck? You can. It's easy to compare side by side. I guess it just has to be time and place and connections.
Yeah, that's kind of why I did the It's kind of what I did a podcast about. It's like, artists that need recognition and they don't get anything because they don't have contacts or whatever.
Right.
It just pisses me off.
Yeah.
So I know it's a So I know it's a really fucking complex issue because.
Right. That's true. Chance did it without a label.
Yeah.
I mean, but Chance still did it with contacts. And you're not. I mean, you're not going to make it anywhere. Hip hop's the easiest genre to make it if you don't get signed. I think because like of mixtape culture.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was kind of like LOL. Like I get it.
And I do like this kind of stuff, like, underground. Like, you have people like, shit. Okay, here's the other, like, other type of way of this stuff happens, I guess. I guess. Shadian, okay? He started without a label. He just posted songs that were like just insane, right? Um and he grew on his own. And right now he's getting on labels.
Right.
So it's kind of like the inverse. Instead of just going, and that's just gonna boost him up even more. But I
Right.
think that's a lot of like how electronic stuff goes, I guess. You just start on SoundCloud, posting some tunes, linking around to your friends, and there you go. Like, hey, Inspected wants to release. What about that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess like we're in like the easiest and hardest time to
Yeah,
do, and I mean that's like obviously super like finalistic and not actually true. But like when you think about
yeah,
it like that, it's like anyone with the right connections like could be somebody even if they're not that good, and then somebody who's
exactly.
really really good can't do anything with it. But at the same time, it hasn't been easier to start making money doing merch. Like you literally
Yeah,
just you can wholesale like super easily upload your design, and then boom, you get merch done, and you can put your album on Bandcamp. I can put all my music on Bandcamp right now, and I probably won't make that much money, but like
at
I
least.
have the option, and if I was better, I
Mm,
would be able to, and stuff like that is like like it hasn't been easier, but then you're up against every everybody and their mom is
yeah,
also making music or doing these things, these businesses, forming a collective, doing this or that, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, and now you're like, oh, this is why it's hard now. Like before, it was hard because took skill, and now it's hard because it takes still skill, just a different kind of skill to get above or
yeah,
beyond everybody else, or to look
yeah.
like it.
It's an odd future going on. No.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
just
mean,
yeah,
I've been having this problem like with my album. Okay, I've been I've been trying to get labels to release. I've been emailing submissions. I got no responses. But if you listen to the album, it's like it's it's not label like. I couldn't see one single label that will want to release it. Not because it's bad, but because it's just not label. You know what I mean? It's like not label material.
yeah. I
And
mean,
I've been
I think there is a level of like pandering you got to do, like
yeah
like I think Hero Bus kind of proved that like he makes really great bangers.
yeah
But he came out with a remix of like a pop song, and he did it in like that marshmallow style, that kind of just like
yeah
I don't want to call it euphoric trap, but that's what it feels like, kind of. But yeah, he did
euphoric
it. So
trap.
he did like one remix that was like that, and it like blew up, got millions of views. And it's like you go to his channel, and that's like so out of place compared to the
Yeah
rest of his tracks. But it's like still like, oh, like he did that, just to get put on a little bit,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, definitely. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah. So like there's a little like I guess pandering, if you want to call it that. But I think like
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with that, honestly, as long as the artist doesn't
No.
like give up their whole identity.
Yeah. I love Hero so I don't complain.
Sure, sure.
He's even in today's episode, like just a
Yeah.
little bit.
I met him uh,
Uh,
at a music festival in Florida. He did his set and then came off and was standing out. I think Pegboard Nerds were up, and he came out and was like drinking a beer, and I was like, dude, like holy shit! And like your set was great. I got a picture with him, and then I had bought his merch, and he wasn't really on yet. Like he hadn't really done too much yet. And I took a selfie on Instagram of myself in his shirt, and I tagged him, and then he posted it on his Instagram to promote his merch. So like that was really cool. Like if you scroll way deep, if you go super deep in Hero Bus Instagram, there's a picture of me, unrecognizable. I was like 17, but it's pretty funny.
oh, that's funny. That's
And then I had talked to him. We're actually friends on Facebook as well, and I had talked to him a couple more times after that. Um,
that's
so
nice.
I'm not gonna say like he knows who I am, but I can
Yeah.
like pretend we're kind of music buddies.
We're buddies.
Totally, 100%.
he said hi once, but we're buddies, okay?
Yeah, I mean, but there was like multiple times we met, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
And I've seen him. I saw him at Mad Decent Block Party as well. So I've like seen him a couple times, and then shook his hand or got a picture and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. There's a couple people I know on that level of kind of like casuality. I think that's another really cool thing. Is like nobody was friends with the Beatles on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Hero Bus is anywhere near the level of the Beatles, but
yeah, I get what you mean though. It's like it's more accessible now to talk.
Yeah, it's definitely more accessible. And like my buddy in LA just met up with a producer who used to be in a duo who made like a bunch of really good stuff, and now he's on his own. And they're like, my buddy who has one track out with 1,000 plays is working with this guy with 50,000, 100,000. He's known all over the world, and he's played all over the world. And it's like, and they're just gonna work together on music, and it's like that's so like all he did was message him, and they talked for a little bit, and like that's all it needs. You know what I'm saying?
So I need to know.
Yeah, and that's like awesome. I think.
Yeah, and I think what's good, we kind of moved from bad to good, which I think is good.
Always be moving from bad to good, right?
Yeah, man.
That's what life's about.
Way of life. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like I get this feeling nowadays. Like it's really cool. Like you can just talk to like your guys, like everyone that you look up to. Like the other day, today actually, not the other day. What am I saying? This is not music. Okay, this is like visual. Also on Instagram, and I've been talking to this dude that I look up to, and like he. That I look up to in his art, like I always see his art, and I like,
Right.
And I messaged him once. I don't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I asked him. He put an Instagram story about him doing a texture or something, and I asked him how you did that, dude. And like he told me like something really simple, and I was like, oh okay. And then he linked one of my stuff.
Oh damn, that's cool.
And he's like, wait, you do something similar for this? And I was like, yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's like a different process or whatever.
Right.
And then it just ended there. And then the other day, I think I messaged him asking about something. And then another day, and then today, I showed him a thing I did. Wanted to give him for him to give him my thought to. Okay, wait. Let me rephrase. For him to give me his thoughts on it,
right?
And he gave me some feedback, and then he was like, and then we talked a little bit, and then he said, "Okay, I'm gonna hit you up with a follow," and then he started liking all my posts.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, "Shit."
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, and it's just sometimes it's just because I feel like a lot of times you just like a lot of my friends, boast about contacts or whatever, and they start talking to him just because it can give him benefit.
Right. There's definitely.
But sometimes you just want to talk.
Yeah. There's definitely like a human thing. Like, I probably wouldn't want to be friends with a lot of DJs. Like, it doesn't matter if they're bigger than me. They're just like there's some guys out there who just seem like they're not like super great people to talk to or like be friends with. And it's like there's definitely like I'd rather have a tight group of people who aren't big, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Than have, like one or two big connections that I don't really enjoy spending any time talking to them,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the perfect world is a little balance of meeting good people and they're successful or can help you.
Yeah, exactly.
But, that's takes time and effort to figure out, of course.
Oh shit, 30 minutes already. Fuck. That was
I think it started slow, but it sped up.
Yeah.
But
all
yeah,
right,
man.
that was a good episode.
I feel like we should get some opinions on what we should do next, what we should talk about next time, and write them down at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So if you have any suggestions,
if you guys have any suggestions what we could talk about next week,
bump it in the chat.
Actually, wait, no, you know what's better? Tweet us. Send us some tweets if you want to send us DMs. I think we have DMs open.
Damn. I'm gonna send you a DM.
Send me them news, dude. Hit us up on Twitter if you want like any topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna start doing like put like tweets about asking what any topics you guys want to talk about. You know, anything. You know, just get some interaction going. Make sure to follow us on Twitter though, so you catch up with what we're doing. You know, updates, whatever. When we're going live, etc. If there's anything extra going on, you know, maybe some teases here and there,
Ooh,
just to get a little bit, you know.
dope.
But yeah, now it's time for the episode.